working.
Is it working?
I think so.
Oh, you just have a magic touch.
So this morning, we are in a new month. Do you all believe it that we're in September? I don't know where time is going. You'd think it'd be going slow because we're all like, you know, spending more time at home. Well, most of us, not Vena. She's been on the road. But yes, so September 2nd it is today. And so those of you that have been following our series and sessions that we do every Wednesday, we typically roll on like a monthly schedule. We'll pick a certain topic, we'll conduct a series throughout the month, and then we'll switch it up the month following. So this month of September, we're actually kicking off. It's going to be more like a 10-week series because we have so many new products launching in honor and surrounding our international convention, which is in 10 days. So we're super excited because you're getting a little bit of a sneaky peek into some products that we will be officially kicking off at International Convention, but one went live and is ready for order, and then the other one will be ready for pre-order in 10 days. So we're going to give you a heads up on those. Our series for the next 10 weeks here is to meet your clinical concierge. And really that's a brainchild that Vena came up with when we were launching our virtual summit for the Motives Beauty and Business Academy. And we were thinking of, you know, how do we pivot during these times and really continue to educate and service our clients in a virtual way. And so that's what we've been teaching all of our skincare consultants and cosmetic consultants is how to be a clinical concierge. And so we're doing it, we're leading by example. We're going to do it from our corporate page every Wednesday at 11 a.m., which is 8 a.m. Vena's time. She's on the West Coast. So
that is
bright-eyed and bushy-tailed there, sister.
Listen, I don't wake up looking like this. I had to get up 2 hours early just so I just woke up.
You need to drink your youth tonics and, you know, do your skincare regimen. But to give you a proper introduction, you are a paramedical clinical, internationally certified esthetician, as well as an educator. We'll just say for decades, we'll leave it at that. And, you know, I know you and I met, it seems almost like a lifetime ago, but it really has only been a few years. And, you know, your story, and you can share a little bit more, but was really, you know, being passionate about our parent company being a brokerage company where you could offer your aesthetic clients really beauty from the inside out with some nutritionals. And you weren't really interested in skincare at the time. But since then, your story's evolved a little bit, and you know, your business has evolved. And so here we are today, and you can share as much or little as your story as you want. But once we get into it, then we will tell you about these two new products. But really, our goal is to educate you on the science behind the products so that you feel empowered and educated. But also how to offer them to your clients and how to put them in your own personal regimen, because we're sort of anticipating the questions we always get and we want to answer them before you have them. So we're recording this so that we can use it as an ongoing source of support for all of our customers and business owners as well. So
no, I love
all that. Where would you like to start, Vena?
I don't even know where to start. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, it's, you know, it'll be 3 years. It was 3 years in August that I decided to partner with the company. And you're right, I didn't partner because of the skincare, and I didn't partner because of the amazing makeup we have. I partnered for the nutritionals. And we do have some of the best nutritionals in the world. And the most amazing thing is that most estheticians have now gotten on board, and they're working from the inside out. They understand that anything that appears on the outside has happened internally. And that's how I was trained. Over the last 20 years of training, 20 plus years of training, that's how we were trained, was internally. Anything that happens externally is internally going on, right? So being able to partner with a company like this that had that. But then, Lisa, now listen, you look all sweet and innocent, but let me tell you what, this is Dawn Martin's secret weapon. Can I tell you? Because she is brilliant about getting people to look at a business in a non-threatening way, you know, in a way that I felt really comfortable with. She listened to me that I really love education. I've educated all over literally the world and spoke on many stages. And so that's really near and dear to my heart. I love empowering people to understand what they have and how to use it. So Lisa asked me to take a look at a few products and maybe do a video or something about it to help the team. I'm like, oh, that means I got to look at these skincare products. Oh my gosh. I remember, I remember this so vividly. I remember going through the products, looking at the ingredients. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. So I delved even deeper. I have some friends, I had them take a look at, and they're like, no way. I'm like, great. I called Lisa, and don't take this wrong, you guys that listen to this, but I talked to Lisa. I said, Lisa, there's no way the average person has resources to get to these products. The ingredients are amazing. The amount of ingredients in these products are amazing. There is no way. She's like, yeah. She got me all the information I needed. And the next thing I know, I couldn't imagine not bringing that into my studio. I had my own skincare line at the time. And so I really didn't need it. But here's the thing, they have products and ingredients, Lisa, that I couldn't afford to add into my own skincare line. So I was amazed.
That's a powerful point because, you know, we are a professional quality line, but we're not limited to only industry professionals. However, we are a truly exclusive line, which is really hard to come by today. And when I say exclusive, I mean, you can't go and find it sitting on a store shelf at, you know, whether it's an Ulta or a Walgreens or a Target or even Walmart. Furthermore, we're not, you know, a company that's, for lack, I want to say a term that maybe isn't as professional, but like selling out, you know, I'm just going to say it. They're in the beauty industry. A lot of smaller boutique brands are bought out by larger brands, and the quality changes 100%. And so, you know, if any of you tuning in with us are from the beauty industry, whether it's aesthetics, cosmetics, what have you, like, let us know, and let us know what you're currently struggling with, what your experiences have been, or what's working for you. Let's help each other as a community, because there's room for everyone to succeed. You know, there's enough out there for all of us. And so from the business standpoint, that's what I really appreciate, is that, you know, we're a product broker. So we are hand selecting manufacturers that use all of their resources and development in a really great product, clinical studies, ingredients that have clinical studies to back them up, right? And but then we're matching a lot of those power player ingredients together, which I know is another thing you appreciate, because when you do that, they're enhancing the ingredients are enhancing each other, you know? So it just makes a lot of sense. But what I really love is, yes, we have best in class products, but we're able to really empower entrepreneurial spirited people, whether it's in a B2B space or a one-on-one space, to, you know, like I said, enhance what they're already doing. So in your case, that was, you know, I think humbling yourself, even after having so much success in the industry for so long, to be open-minded enough to at least do the research. And so I think that's one thing everyone can learn from you. And by your example is that, you know, you had a lot of success, you're continuing to evolve and have even more success than you've had before, but your evolution wouldn't have happened if you didn't have, you know, this spirit to just like take a step back, just do some research and make a decision for yourself. You know, I think that's super important.
No, and here's the biggest thing that really touched me is that, like you were saying, Lisa, I mean, the biggest thing in our industry, in the beauty industry, is that there isn't anything that you can buy professionally that isn't already sold cheaper than what we can buy it for.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was a huge struggle out there to find a product that had loyalty behind that brand, that you couldn't buy it cheaper than what I could sell it for. That's huge.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that being said, I found that with this company, that every product has that product loyalty behind it.
Yeah.
That can't be bought. And in our industry, that was before everything that's happening right now. That was the biggest thing going on.
Yeah.
Was being able to do that. And now I'm at a point to where, obviously I'm from California, and California has been shut down since March 28th. And I've had a real struggle. I would have had a real struggle being able to get my products to people, right? Because typically I would have had to brought my products into me, rewrap them, handled them, and sent them back out to my clients. What's been amazing is that I've been able to simply go on, order it, and have it sent right to my clients.
Drop shipping, baby.
I love drop shipping. So the business has worked beautifully for me. It's worked beautifully for my clients. And again, my name may not be on these products. I no longer have my own skincare line due to a lot of different things happening. And my skincare line was in 4 states and 2 countries. It was doing amazing, right? Then some things happened and no longer had it. Thank goodness I had these products that my name may not be on them, but my name is on them, because I can step forward and say, hey, I am putting my reputation on these products to let you know these are some of the most clinically studied, result producing products in the industry that you're going to find. And that's huge for me to say that, because trust me, a day doesn't go by that I don't have someone asking me to sell their product. They're giving me their products. But here's the thing, I can't put my name on just anything, but I can put my name on these skincare products because I know the work's been done for me. And trust me, for those of you that want to have your own skincare line, oh my. I do not miss those 3 o'clock in the morning calls. I do not miss having to go to the lab and figure out where we're going to source this stuff at. It was a lot of work. It was a tremendous amount of work. And now I know that I have a team that does that for me, right? Yeah. So
that's
I
a huge
that
point, because you can focus on why you got in the industry in the first place, which is like making people look and feel beautiful, right? And service them and have that personal relationship. So, I think a lot of times when someone's so good at what they do in the service, the beauty industry, then they end up opening their own salon or spa because they're so great at what they do, and they want to be able to have more control over how they're servicing their clients. But they don't realize sometimes until you're in the thick of things, like what's behind running the business side of things, whether that's sourcing your own brand, whether it's, getting employees that are reliable. There's just so much to it. So I think what I love about this company is that you have a team of people who work for you, like you just said, doctors, scientists, product sourcers, brand managers, international teams, website development teams, the list goes on and on, drop shipping, so, but, this really frees up your time to focus on what you love to do, what brings you joy, and really what creates the biggest result for your client too, because you can service more people without being bogged down with all of that. So, we're giving you a lot more than product knowledge today. We can't help ourselves, but people need help right now. Things are changing dramatically. Like every day, every morning, Lee Rader and I, Lee well, and we're sharing podcasts and articles, and it's just like every big beauty brand. It's like just things are shifting so fast, and I know really our goal over the next 10 weeks as we launch new products that you all can have access to, we want to really not only just say, here's the product and here's what it does, but how you can use it to transform your own self, but also, incorporate it into a business. Because listen, we all like money. We all like making money. And there's a lot of incredible products out there. I know 100% ours are in line with best of the best because we don't manufacture anything. So it's not in our vested interest to have it otherwise. We're really focused on servicing people, doing the legwork to procure the best product at the best affordable price, maintain exclusivity, and make it simple with the drop shipping. There's no inventory requirements, so it's just such a powerful business behind the products. And I actually love that we're talking about all this before we get into the products, because I think maybe that'll help people mentally receive the information in a little bit of a different way, Well,
I think it's important, Lisa, that people understand this is not a fluff product. Yeah. And when I say fluff, I mean, there's a lot of products out there. I call it pixie dusting. They'll pixie dust a few ingredients just to get your attention. And you
Yeah.
see that all the time on the ads, the TV, the advertisement. I can promise you, putting my name behind this, I can promise you there's no pixie dusting. If it says it has an amount of ingredients, it literally has an amount of ingredients, and they've been clinically studied. And again, result producing.
Yeah.
I could not get away with going away from one product to another if my product didn't work, if this product didn't work. And again, you know, this is a product that has changed lives. It's changed my life. So not only did I end up with the best nutritionals on the market, I can tell you, hands down, I'm a rock star with a lot of my clients now, because we worked on different health situations that's created havoc on their skin. And now the nutritionals has helped resolve all of that. So now we can really just concentrate on the skin, right?
Yeah.
And that the active ingredients, plus talking about skin, but I can custom blend someone's foundation. Are you kidding me?
That was our whole theme for August. So you all can go back in the recorded videos from our live sessions. But every Wednesday we were mixing up some incredible stuff from our custom blend system. But so kicking off our first product that we're going to talk about today is something I know that's near and dear to your heart as well. And you are super advocate and demand everyone does this on the daily, and that is sunscreen, right?
Yes.
So launching officially 10 days from now is our daily brightening broad spectrum SPF 50. It is a chemical sunscreen. I know this is jam-packed full of, you know, clinically tested ingredients, and I know you've done your research really just out of the goodness of your heart to help people. So thank you for doing that, because listen, this is not a paid gig, y'all. This is just like us wanting to help people because we're passionate about what we do. So Vena really took it upon herself. You know, I gave her some of the behind the scenes you know, formulations and the papers we had from the vendors so that she could wrap her head around it. And she was like, wow, Lisa, this is powerful. So I'm going to let you dig in, because I was teasing you earlier, like, that's why I don't have those fancy, you know, terminologies behind my names, because I don't even know how to say half of these ingredients.
I know.
It really doesn't matter, but we're going to tell you what it means. What those ingredients mean is what's most important, right?
Well, I think it's really important that people understand, first of all, the difference between a chemical sunscreen, which this is called a chemical sunscreen, and a physical sunscreen, right? I think that's really important, because we do have a physical sunscreen as well with our cell labs. But UVB and UVA rays, that's what this particular sunscreen protects against. Now, the UVA rays penetrate more deeply and can cause risk of anti-aging, or it can cause, literally will cause wrinkles, you guys, when you're in the sun. But also, something that's even more dear to my heart is it has risk of cancer. I am a cancer survivor. I'm a skin cancer survivor, a melanoma survivor. So when Lisa says I am on it when it comes to sunscreen, I am on it when it comes to sunscreen. But here's the beautiful thing about this particular sunscreen. So anytime you have a chemical sunscreen, that means it does not sit on top of your skin. It absorbs into your skin. And that's really important, because, and this is something that I think everyone should know. This particular sunscreen with the UV that protects against the UVA rays, it takes that UVA ray, that ultraviolet ray, and it changes it. So what it does, it will change it and make it into heat penetrating versus a radiation type of sun.
Okay.
Now, why is that important? Well, because it lessens the intensity of that sun ray.
Okay.
So 90% of all UVA rays can cause radiation in the skin and damage, right? So what this does is it matches that. It protects you on a cellular level. That's this sunscreen, you guys, that we have.
I'm really gonna start taking notes. I'm like, oh, that's good.
And what it will do is a chemical sunscreen, what this will do is it will change that UVA ray, change it to a heat penetrating ray, and disperse it in your body that way. So I think that's, for no other reason to use this product, that is the biggest reason, right? So UVB rays, they cause sunburn. They simply, I can look at the sun and be sunburned. That's just, I'm just that fair complected. But the UVA rays is what we call our killer rays. You know, those are the ones that will make us look old, which is bad. So even if you have the darker skin, it's still a ray. Understand, there's no skin type or color that should not be using sunscreen. Now, this will not sit on your skin. This will absorb. This absorbs on a cellular basis. Now, it's an SPF 50. And this is, and here's the thing, this is what I would be talking to my clients about. And this is what I do talk to my clients about. So y'all are just one big client to me right now, because this is how a clinical esthetician should be dealing with their clients, is educating them. You know, a lot of people say, hey, you should use this because it's a sunscreen. Listen, most of us, especially now, they want to know why.
Yeah.
They don't need to know all the ingredients,
yeah,
but they want to know why. So that's why I figured I would explain to you why it's so important to use a sunscreen. Again, we're talking about physical sunscreen sits on top of your skin. And if you think about a physical sunscreen, this is kind of funny. Think of Wonder Woman. It's literally just bouncing those rays off. Do you like that?
The physical shield.
Yeah. Right? But what this one does, this particular one, which I have to tell you, Amber Reitinger, she hits this out of the park with the sunscreen. I am beyond impressed that we have such amazing products like this one. So with this particular sunscreen, how it applies is you'll put this on. This is really important, you guys. Super important. Your skin needs to be dry. So you wash. Now, you've never heard this before from me, right? You wash, you tone, you let it dry. Your skin needs to be dry. Once your skin gets dry, then what happens is that's when you'll put this particular sunscreen on. It should never go on a wet space, okay? Because it needs to absorb. Now, you see how I'm telling you to do it before your serums? This will not disrupt what the serums do in your skin. What this will do is it needs to be the first product, the first ingredient on a cellular basis that gets down into the skin. So it's going to protect your cells. It's going to protect your skin. It's that Wonder Woman under the skin versus on top of the skin. So this is not a physical, this is a chemical. Now, that's why they call it a chemical, because it's going to go in there and it's going to disrupt the sun's rays, right? Now, some of the amazing ingredients, I'm one of those people that I love ingredients because I love checking on these ingredients and seeing what they're doing. But with these particular ingredients, they help brighten your skin. They help even the skin tone. But the hexaresorcinol. So hexaresorcinol, that's what I was telling Lisa. I'm like, do you realize that? Do you realize the words that I have to say on here? The sun's moving for me. So
by the way, when this launches on our website for pre-order and then for order, which we'll talk about the dates then, but all of this is listed on the website, which I love. Like, we are very transparent because we're so proud of our products, formulas, and ingredients. So Vena's giving you a deep dive into it, but know that you'll have all of this at your fingertips as far as what the actual ingredient is and all of that. And so you can just research it that on your own too, if you'd like.
Yeah, no, exactly. But the hexaresorcinol, that is an organic compound. It's an antioxidant property, which I think is lovely. It's wonderful because it also helps these products really absorb into the skin. So nothing's going to be sitting there. It's going to absorb into the skin. And it will tell you, it takes up to 20 minutes before it really will protect your skin because it's going in there and doing its work, right? Now, dimethicone is the second ingredient that it's a polymer. It's a silicone-based polymer, right? And it helps condition the skin, but it also slows down the loss of water. That's pretty amazing, right? So you have a sunscreen that's not only protecting your skin, not only doing that, but it's also going to help with the hydration part of it too. So you don't have to worry about, I know there's usually questions about, does it leave a colored? No, you're going to put this on right before you put on your serums and your moisturizer. So that's how we're going to work that. You're going to wash, you're going to tone, you're going to let your toner dry. You want on dry skin, and then you're going to add this particular sunscreen, right? and it's a SPF 50. So really, really important. Now, here's the beautiful thing. It's not going to wash off because it doesn't sit on top of your skin. Some
Right.
sunscreens will sweat off. Some will, you know, once you get in the water, it does not. It stays internally into the skin. But it has to be the first ingredient to hit the skin internally for it to work. So really important to know that this compound needs to go into the skin, let it dry, and then put your serum on. It's not going to disrupt your serums. Put your moisturizer on and go on to your makeup. Now, listen, that's not saying we shouldn't still use a physical sunscreen. Physical sunscreen is amazing, especially if you're going to be going out boating or out in the sun or, you know, doing all of this. I look at this particular sunscreen you could use year round. You should use a sunscreen year round anyway, but
Like,
you
just
can
make
use
it part of your day. Every morning you should be putting this on.
Absolutely. Because I mean, even when you're in the car and a little bit of sun, no matter where you're at, hitting that sun in through the window can cause it being more intensified, right? So again, this is kind of the flow of it. And I'm sure Lisa or Lee will have out exactly where to put this, but it's really important that you put this before any other product goes into the skin. That's incredibly important. Now, once right after your moisturizer, especially when it's warm and you do have a lot of sun out there, absolutely use your physical sunscreen. Put that on top. That's a 1-2 punch, right?
Yeah.
So find that physical, and we do have a physical sunscreen, but put that over the top, kind of a seal. And then you're going to go ahead and use, you know, your primer, your makeup, and all of the rest. So
Right.
this is such an exciting
So
new
it's really a brand new category of product, really, because like you said, even though we have the physical sunscreen, and even though some of the moisturizers we offer sunscreen, they're to be done last, and again, more of the physical, whereas with the chemical, you want to put that on before everything else. And yes, I think that's important for people to understand. And then let's say if someone, particularly if they are in and out of being in the sun a lot, or they're on vacation where we're outside, is that something that we should be reapplying throughout the day if we prefer to?
Yeah.
What would you say about that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But here's the thing, you would have to wash. You want to make sure that if you're not wearing makeup and all that, you can put it back on. But remember, it needs to be the first thing to go on. So I would say, you know, just kind of, we have some amazing wipes. Wipe your face back down. You can leave your makeup on, obviously on your eyes, wipe it back down, put it back on, and you're good to go. Because if you're in the
just thinking like, yeah, like if you're on the beach or something like that, where you're outside all day, a lot of us aren't wearing face makeup anyway in those instances. So it might be smart to just do a refresh. Like you said, take a wipe, maybe refresh, and then you could even just mist a toner, let it dry, and then reapply the chemical if you want. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Because most sunscreens, especially if you're in the sun, 2 to 4 hours maximum. You definitely, after 2 hours, want to reapply if you're in the sun like that. That's really, really important. But with this particular one, like I said, it's doing some deep work. It's not just sitting externally and deflecting those light rays. It's working internally to help convert those UV rays. And I think
that's so
really
powerful.
Yeah.
So I'm monitoring questions too on Facebook here. So someone was asking, is this something we can use on our whole body, not just our face?
Well, listen, I would say a physical one is going to be so much better to use on your whole body. I would use this the face, the neck, the chest, 100%. Maybe your arms, but this is really something that was created more for your face, your neck, your décolleté area. And we have other sunscreens that you can use on the rest of your body. I would say it just really depends. You absolutely could, but I think it'll serve you better using the physical one on the body. And using this one just on the face and the neck.
Okay. That makes sense.
I mean, if you're my client, I'm not going to tell you no. You want to use it?
I mean, I guess no harm is going to come from it, right? But that is where you're getting like the brunt of your sun. And we're all, I guess, kind of assuming too that people who are going to take this level of precaution with their skin, you're not going to be a sun worshiper per se, probably. So we're not going to be like, laying out there in the sun trying to get sun damage while using this. this product, right? So it's more like a silent protective measure that you're taking.
Especially the people, Lisa, that are not real careful with the sun. This is such a great guardian of their skin to use, because this is something that they can put on and forget it.
Mm-hmm.
And
you just make it part of your morning regimen, then you're at least doing something positive and proactive.
I can promise you every single one of my clients are going to be using this. This is going to be the new third step. 100%. After they wash and tone, this is going to be their new third step. So I think this is such a powerful product. I think this is going to sell out completely fast. I know I'm going to be stocking up quite a bit. And again, as I'm reaching out to my clients, I'm telling them this is your new third step. Mm-hmm. This is the third, and this is why you're using it. Because it's phenomenal. Because a lot of people have, when you have a physical sunscreen, remember that physical sunscreen sits on top. And so I get some people, they don't want that. Even though they know it's good for them, they don't want that.
Yeah.
Where this sunscreen is going to be, and it's fast absorbing. I was fortunate to actually get one of those little teeny samples of it. And I'm literally digging it out. I loved it.
So for another question is for men and women, I assume anyone can, right? Yeah. Okay.
Of course.
So, and I just want to reiterate, I know it's, it's fall and we're launching this now, but it's a product we really felt like we needed to, I don't want to say it was a gap in the regimen, but it was something that really enhanced what we're encouraging clients to do, which is, maintain healthy skin and age gracefully. So we're excited to add this. And even though it's sort of after the summer, depending on where you're living in California, it's, kind of summery.
We always have summer, yeah.
The point is there's UV damage from, like you're saying, windows from driving in the car and otherwise. So this should just be an essential in everybody's skincare system. So I hope that was helpful.
Part of the system. It should be part of the system. Wash, tone, this, and then moisturize. And so the other thing too is if you're used to doing this as in the system, then you'll consistently do it. It's not going to cause any difference other than, remember, one of the other things that this does, this has an antioxidant property in it. So it's going to be very reparative as well, right? And it also has, helps you with the loss of water. And I thought about this because think about it. People are bundled up, people are in heaters, heaters, they're in where it's warm, right? And warmth can really zap the hydration. So this is just one more thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. My daughter's coming in and out. I'm like trying to mute myself when she's
hey Reese.
This is real life. So anyway, okay, I love all of that. And then so again, you can continue to use a physical sunscreen, which would be after all of your skincare prior to makeup. So just big nugget for, I think, an average person like myself who's not from the industry. You got your chemical, you got your physical, they complement each other, 1-2 punch, like you said, you can use both. But really this is something that, because we are aware now, I think even maybe say 10, 20 years ago, the awareness wasn't there as far as protecting your skin from the sun. And those of us that really want to reverse, the clock, and we want to, or age gracefully is a nice way to put it. It really is an essential thing that we should be doing every single day. So I'm excited about that.
This is my birthday month. Are you kidding me? I am definitely being proactive about the aging part.
I love how you say month. You're one of those people that celebrate all on.
Sure.
Morning Melody, yes, the new LDV. So if you're joining us a little later, it's not live yet. We're giving you a sneaky preview. So it's the new Lumière Daily Brightening Broad Spectrum SPF 50 is what the name will be called. So before we get into our second product, I'll let you all know that this will be available for a pre-order. Exactly, I'm saying 10 days, technically 9 days. It's actually Hurricane Haley, my 4-year-old. I do have a 10 and 12-year-old, which they were warned to monitor the 4-year-old while I did this. I don't know where anybody is. My husband's out on the farm. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so my inside information to bless all of you that are joining us is that the first day of our international convention is Friday the 11th, and our powers to be will be officially launching on stage on Friday. For more information, well, probably not. You're giving more information than you may hear, because we have time to really dig into it. But after they officially launch it at the convention is when it will go on the web, the interweb, for pre-sale. So you'll be able to pre-order it then, and it should become available mid-month on our consumer facing sites. But you should be able to pre-order as a business owner on your back office, as well as your customers should also be able to pre-order on your websites, again, on the 11th. So mark your calendars, because a lot of times when we do this, when we sort of do a little drip campaign and we talk about a product before it launches, it's not uncommon for things to sell out. That's not our goal, by the way. We're not one of those companies that want to sell out product, because we don't want to inconvenience people. Right. But I'm just saying you have a fair chance to get it ahead of a time, so that as soon as it drops at the warehouse, it's being drop shipped to you. And you'll save some time and you'll get it before. Otherwise, it has to be uploaded in the system and it takes a little bit longer. So anyway, yeah, Melody got to test this out too. We were just talking about them. So she's like, I'm going to buy them all. Sorry.
Whatever's left over after I buy them, Melody.
Yeah. Okay, so that is, man, people are now blowing up my inbox. I'm like, I'm doing a broadcast stuff with Facebook messages because I'm just trying to answer questions here. Okay, so then the other product that is live and available to order now, yeah, I have mine too. It's like literally sitting here. Love it so much.
Yeah.
Is our After Sun Glow and Renew, which is a beautiful, beautiful product. And I'll let you dig into some of the ingredients in here. But I am like, every morning I put it on, you can wear it on your face too. Yeah. I didn't this morning, but I put it on my neck, chest, and my Wonder Woman arm. I know. I just wanted to put a little on my fingers and show you guys. So it's like a subtle,
there you go. Look closer.
Yeah. It's not a self tanner. It's just I don't know what is happening. Oh, a file is opening. But anyway, so it's so beautiful.
I wish they had smell-o-vision, Lisa.
Smell-o-vision.
You know that?
Yeah, we were teasing how earlier we were talking about how like sounds and scents really take you back to certain times in life, or scents specifically remind you of like certain people.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has a nice scent to it.
It does. It has and it's not overwhelming. Sometimes these after sun moisturizers, they tend to be very beachy smelling or just very a little too much.
Yeah.
This is like, it just is. It's kind of a soothing smell. Yeah, it soothes me. I like it. It smells great. Soothes me.
Soothes your soul.
It soothes my soul. But I love that it's bigger. It's not as big as the Lumière UV moisturizer, but it is.
I think we were all surprised. Like even me, I didn't know what the size was, and I was like, oh, pleasantly
surprised, right? Because it's bigger than like the volcanic mask size. So it's really perfect, because if it was too much bigger, I don't know, you could put this in a beach bag, you can do anything with it. But I love how it melts. And when they say it melts in the skin, it melts into your skin. You literally put it on and it just absorbs. There's no after fill, which is really amazing. But the After Sun Glow and Renew, this extends your tan as well, for those of you that tan. But for people like myself, that I can look at the sun and it turns me red. My husband can look at the sun and he's this chocolate color, right? Me, not so much. So, but what I found is that once I put it on, it's not a fake color. It actually brings out the tones in my skin.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I have more color on there, right? Well, part of that is the aqua cell that's in it. Mm-hmm. So aqua cell has the watermelon, the apple, the lentil fruit extracts. So what this does is it helps reduce the flakiness. It soothes irritated skin, because listen, even though I don't lay out in the sun, I go to baseball games and football. I'm very active. I'm outside helping my husband paint the house.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
right? But you absorb, like we were talking about before, you absorb those rays when you're outside. So what this does is really soothes that irritated skin. But here's the other really cool thing. It actually helps to firm as well. So we're repairing and we're firming the skin. So who doesn't want to put that on their face and neck? Now,
Yeah.
basically, I tell
I
people,
have to laugh because when this launched, you did a Facebook Live in our community page, and I literally like, here's my notes from the, so I'm adding to them. But I have aqua cell written down on here. The watermelon, right? You said
yeah,
the apple.
yeah,
Oh,
so
because apple helps with structural support, you said.
that's
So that
right.
more firming, right?
That's right. I love the students.
And because after the sun, listen, we all have our skills. I can market and I can build a team. I'm not like the ingredient person. So we learn from each other all the time.
You do.
So of being a student teacher, and I'm telling you what I learned.
Love it.
But obviously the sun dehydrates you. So I think the thing people need to know about this product is, like you said, it's not only, it has properties to extend the tan. And by the way, we've been working on a product like this for quite some time, but we wanted it to have multiple benefits, not just be a pretty shimmery hydrating lotion for after the sun, but we wanted to add those ingredients that do help extend the life of your tan. So I feel like this is a great time to launch this product because some of us, myself included, are like holding on to summer. We love summer, right? And so if you want to sort of keep the little bit of color that you may have gotten, or some of you may have gotten a lot of color, that'll do that. You also talked about beta glucan, the baker's.
So yeah, it's a GM Glucan. It's a derivative of the beta glucan.
Okay.
And that's the one thing I've talked about over the last few months, is that it literally helps to build the barrier of the skin. So anything that has a natural polysaccharides, that's from like a baker's yeast, and that's what's in this. So it does protect against environmental stress, which is when you go outside, whether you have the smoke. We have smoke from fires in California. Listen, give California 10 minutes and it changes its mind and does something else, right? Now we have fires everywhere. So that being said, I mean, that really works havoc on your skin. Your skin absorbs things.
Yeah.
So this is great for environmental stress. It's super amazing.
Powerful. Yeah.
So,
target stressed cells.
yeah.
And then amazing at water binding. I don't know what that was in conjunction to.
So the water,
I wrote that down.
hydration. So that's the glucan, that's the baker's yeast. So it helps the cells to build, right? So that's the glycogen. The glycogen helps to form strong water binding properties in your system. So some people say, I drink tons of water. I don't know why I'm so dry. I drink tons of water. Well, that's because the lipids in the skin are not retaining the hydration. They're not holding on. They're not binding those. So that's the glycogen that's in this. That's what that does, right?
That's powerful. Yeah.
This is such, again, I go back to this, Lisa. It blows me away how one product you think should be such a fluff product,
Right.
and then I start digging into all these ingredients, and I know I have to drive you crazy because I'm like, oh my gosh, did you know? Oh my gosh, Lisa, do you know?
I love it. I write it down.
I love all this stuff. Now the tansanol, which is derived from, now here's where it gets the coloring. We talked about, and you showed it how it has like a little bit of the coloring. Well, that's the carob tree. Okay. That's one of the ingredients that's from the carob tree. So it's a small carbohydrate. It's similar to like a glucose, right? And that's what improves the appearance of the tan.
Okay.
It doesn't tan you at all, but the carbohydrates from this carob tree, what it's doing is it's helping your skin have like a skin memory, right? So it's helping the color become brighter, because a lot of people, I don't know if you notice this, sometimes that people go out and they get these tans. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's almost a dull color.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because they're so dry. Yeah.
Right. So what this is going to do is this is for after sun exposure. Now, a lot of people are putting it on before because, like you and I, we just love the feel of it. It does help with, because of the aqua cell, which is organic compounds, it does help with the firming and the toning and all of that. you can put this on your face. It doesn't replace anything in your regimen. This is just an extra. If you want to put this on your face, it's just an extra.
And
There's
that's a good
nothing
point
wrong
because
with that.
people were asking like, when do you apply it? So yeah, it's something like for me, sometimes I'll put it on, like I have it at my makeup station. So I'll do my whole skincare regimen. But then when I go over, because it's kind of my finishing touches, right? I'm applying a little bit of makeup. Sometimes I put it on my face, my neck and chest. A lot of times I'll put my makeup on and then I'll just put it like on my arms because, you know, it just is a nice sort of finishing touch. But it happens to have ingredients with some great properties to help the health and the, you know, support structure of your skin.
And Lisa, think about your décolleté, your
Mhm.
your neck, not just your neck, but your what we call the
Yeah.
décolleté area. I mean, how many people really do anything down there?
Yeah,
This
I
is
do. Mhm.
right. Well, of course you do.
We do it all. We
Oh,
get paid to like just age in reverse. That's the goal.
and I'm okay with that. Trust me. Trust
Yeah.
me on that. But this is a great product to use in that area as well because it's just, you know, a lot of people get those 11s across their chest.
Yes.
Some of it is from the way they sleep, if you
Mhm.
think about it. A lot of it is dehydration because I've finally gotten people to realize that when I look at you, I don't just look at your face, we're looking at your neck. But
Yeah.
then again, look, especially in the summertime, whatever we're wearing, that's showing, that décolleté area is showing too. So this can actually be something marketed for that décolleté area as well. So I'm absolutely going to start recommending to my clients that they use that. They can use it all over, obviously, but that's really going to be a great area that sometimes we forget about.
Yeah.
Right?
So true. Love that.
Yeah.
So
So this
yeah,
is
some people, you can put it on your whole body. You can reapply it throughout the day, throw it in your purse, throw it in your beach bag, like Vena said. So it's a fun product, right? But it's going to do a lot of good while you're wearing it too. It's not just to look good. It also is helping, you know, hydrate and repair as well. So
it's not just a good time, Lisa. It's also a long
yeah,
time.
you love that. So a good analogy.
Yeah.
Well, this was so fun. I know we both have another Zoom to get on shortly here, so we're gonna wrap up. Are there any closing questions? Just to reiterate, this After Sun Glow and Renew is live now. You can purchase it, and you, like I said, you can see it's a 5-ounce bottle. It's an incredible price. This would be, you know, it's just amazing for anyone. I love stuff like this. I usually have a couple on hand to use as gifts for people for any random reason. You know, your girlfriend's having a bad day, go over with a bottle of wine and a bottle of lotion, or, you know, a little thank you gift for someone, or a client who, you know, is a preferred client where they're purchasing a lot of product from you. Hey, this is we just launched it. I mean, it's in an affordability range where, you know, you can do that for people. So just something to sort of plant that seed. But I know I have one upstairs in my bathroom, one up on my makeup counter, one down here at my desk, and I have one in my purse. So but I'm like that with all my favorite products. Like I need multiple touch points for
Well,
them.
who doesn't like new products? I mean,
Yeah.
you have an amazing amount of products, but can you imagine having something new to say, hey, you know, you went through the entire summer now. Now we need to start repairing the damage you did for the summer. And
Yeah.
let's repair through the winter. So now we can use this as a reparative form for the winter time, right? And then we can turn around and say, hey, now we've been repairing. Now as you get summer and you get the sun, now let's have this ongoing. So this is not a product that is only for the summer. This is a product that can be used year round.
True. Yeah, especially because it is like just a nice, healthy glow. It's not even like a super shimmery pearl. It's just a healthy glow. So just, you know, as you're talking, I'm brainstorming ways for those of us that want to market and offer this to our clients. Anyone who purchases the After Sun, you know, product that we're talking about now, you could say, hey, we're launching a chemical SPF that's great for year round. In 2 more weeks, would you like me to pre-order that for you, you know, and get them on the wait list to do that? You could bundle the sale together and do a special promotion or price or gift with purchase if you wanted to do that. But I'm just encouraging, like planting some seeds to encourage you to think outside the box a little bit, because, you know, I think that's what a lot of entrepreneurs do. But I think consumers right now, because of all the changes that are happening, everybody really is demanding that one-to-one personal experience, and virtual is now the way a lot of us are doing business and the way we're going to continue to service our clients even for years to come. Not that it'll ever replace in person, there's always going to be a reason for both, but what I am saying is I think virtual has taught us all a new skill that maybe we've given each other grace because we're all learning this virtual thing together, but now we've learned this new skill and you can continue to use this as a positive in your personal and professional life. Whereas, Vena, I know you've had clients, you've been doing this a long time, you have clients that move away. Well, now you can consult them from afar, introduce them to some of your favorite products, and still see what their skin's looking like, So if you are in the industry, I know a lot of you are struggling, and I just want to encourage you to, pivot, right? We keep saying that, and just learn something a little different. Join us every Wednesday, because if you're looking for things to be excited about or something to fill in a gap for, the regimens that you're recommending for your clients, you're going to learn a new product every week for 10 weeks. And some of the weeks, like today, we actually did 2 products. So there's just a lot to really look forward to with all of our beauty brands within Motives Cosmetics. And certainly Lumière is one of those really big power players that we have access to as a perk or a benefit of working with Motives. So on that note, I think we answered all the questions. Thanks for taking the time this morning and waking up early, Vena. I appreciate you.
Hey, thank you for inviting me. The biggest thing about this company is education. I mean, not only do we have access to amazing products, but the education is phenomenal. So plug into this education. If you have any questions, reach out. There's always someone, right? Yeah. We have our Motives Pro Partner page as well, that there's always someone available to help answer any questions. And I love the education that this company comes with. So thank you, Lisa, for inviting me on.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be asking you to do some more with me. So be prepared.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Bye, Monina. Bye, Bridget. Bye, Kimberly. Have a great day. Bye, Dawn.